There is some weird stuff going on the YouTube Kids app. Recently, it has been reported that there are a lot of really great wholesome videos available on the YouTube Kids app, which is something that essentially you can just open, give to your kid in the back seat and let them go through it and watch all the kids-oriented videos that they want. But some gross, weird, strange videos have slipped past the algorithm. These are strange kids videos. We're gonna show you one that, if you look at the description or you see who's in the video, you might think that it's for kids, but it's a little but strange. Take a look.
Ah! Oh, freaking gross.
What is it?
It's a giant dead fly in my Captain Crunch.
Ew!
Oh man, oh look, he's got a belly full of maggots and worms.
Yuck!
Freaking disgusting.
That is gross. What's wrong?
Oh, there's a giant fly in my cereal.
Don't worry, I'll smash it.
No, he's already dead. But here's the deal, last time I seen a fly that looked like this in this house, I seen 6 of them, at least.
I'll smash them if I see them in here again.
Well, anytime you see one, you do whatever it takes to get rid of it.
I will.
Oh no, he's still alive!
So yeah, that kind of video, in addition to other videos that might star like your favorite children's cartoon characters. There's one that was in a New York Times article where the Paw Patrol team committed suicide. And it made it through the censors, and someone was watching it, like this kid in Utah, he was 4 years old, and he's like, "Mommy, the monsters are scaring me." And so YouTube has announced that they are going to no longer allow creators to monetize videos which are have made inappropriate use of family characters, and they have changed their policies to try to make sure that these kinds of videos don't make their way to children's YouTube's Kids app. What do you guys think? Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Go home, YouTube, you're drunk.
Makes Teletubbies look normal.
You gotta be kidding me.
More like YouTube. Kids.
H3H3 talked about this in a video a couple months back about YouTube monetization, pointing out that they were demonetized because they had they had like a peeing scene kind of in one of their videos that was obviously not real, and then they were sort of pointing out the hypocrisy because there was one of these kids videos, and there are a whole bunch of weird ones that was monetized that was like the Joker, so a guy in like a Joker mask peeing on a person dressed up like Elsa from Frozen, and yeah, and it said it in the video title. So there's been this sort of discrepancy with what YouTube is monetizing, what is for kids, just because like the kids characters are in the videos for a while, and I'm glad that YouTube is doing something about it, but it seems like it's been off the rails for a while.
I'm glad YouTube is also catching on this because working for a telecom company, the main concern of parents is their kids using data to stream, right? So these kids are online watching all this stuff all the time. I mean, there was a video of this little kid that was doing like, I wouldn't say ghetto terms, but this kid was like, you better clap back. And it's like these kids came in telling me about it. And so when I looked at it, I was like, why are you watching this? So YouTube is doing the right thing. And also, there's parodies, if you, I don't want to say Pornhub, but they have like parodies with superheroes and stuff like that that are out there that with kid-oriented characters. So you have to, you definitely have to rein this in before. It's really bad.
Right, so what YouTube says is that the first line of defense for YouTube Kids are algorithmic filters. So they run it through their machine and it pops up flagged ones. And then a team of humans review the videos reviews the videos that have been flagged. And then they're sent to a policy review team. And there are thousands of people working around the clock, they said. And they say it takes a few days for it to get to being uploaded on YouTube to actually making it to the YouTube Kids app. But man, if you're letting it, the things that made it through were like Paw Patrol Suicide.
Yeah,
right, and also
intense.
that is assuming that parents are using the YouTube Kids app for their streaming services. For example, if you have, I'm like as an example, my parents are older. If they had to take care of like a 6 to 11-year-old for the day that had access to an iPad, they would have no idea.
Yeah.
Like that assumes that parents are using strictly YouTube Kids for the content that their kids are viewing, where most of the time a parent, I would think, I mean, I'm not a parent, I'm probably totally wrong, but they would just be like, oh, YouTube, sure, open, watch what you want.
YouTube has, they said something like there's 400 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute.
Oh my God.
So that is a
much.
giant fire hose for them to sort through and absorb and like create little drops to come out on YouTube Kids. That said, like, what's frustrating is from the perspective of a lot of YouTube creators out there who went from making a livable wage to, after YouTube decided that they wanted to answer to advertisers more, they went to making a not livable wage. It's frustrating that YouTube's failures can, affect so real, have such a real effect on creators, and then they don't seem to suffer any consequences from their actions. Like for this, if a YouTube creator ended up making the kinds of mistakes that YouTube is making, they would probably be flagged. Like you get a 3-strike thing and you could be banned from YouTube for a long time. It's just not fair, and it's so shocking that they're still so bad at it.
Yeah,
the number one tech company in the universe besides Apple.
And I feel like it's been bad for a while. I was trying to remember what like weird videos were like kind of popular when I was in high school and middle school. And I don't know if you guys ever watched like Salad Fingers.
Yeah.
Salad Fingers is
Salad
creepy
Fingers
as hell.
Creepy as
But
yeah.
also
So creepy,
awesome.
but also kind of cool. But I don't. Did you ever watch like Charlie the Unicorn, which ended up being about like masturbation and like it was like weird.
Organ harvesting.
Yeah, like organ harvesting, and it's like this cute little unicorn. Like
we're going to the Candy Mountain,
Charlie.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was a very popular video, like super
Damn, they
creepy.
stole my candy.
And then I don't know if you'd actually be interested in this, Grace, but there's a site called Creepypasta, which is like
I know Creepypasta.
creepy whatever stuff. But
I'm
like
a creepy person.
yeah, but like kids go on that and like read the horror stories. You can add your own or whatever. And there was a story about these 2 little girls who were like obsessed with Creepypasta. They were in like, I wanna say middle school.
Slender Man?
Yeah, and they were obsessed with the Slender Man story on there. So
Right.
they basically were like, they said Slender Man told them that they needed to go kill this girl who was in their class. So it has really devastating effects. Like weird, creepy videos have bad effects on kids.
I'm trying to find a bad baby video.
And kids like gross stuff
Yes,
too.
you
And
just
if you
love
look
gross
at the
stuff when you're a
Grimm
kid.
like the original Grimm fairy tales, they were gruesome. Like
Yeah.
instead of trying to get the stepsisters to try on the glass slipper, they were sawing off the end of the feet in the original Grimm fairy tales, and Disney was like, maybe
Nice.
not. But it's strange that YouTube's trying to put this onto the creator or the parents to have a better look at their kids, even though they're calling this YouTube Kids. That's like if I put my filter on to like, PG, general audiences for my whatever filter you have on your television. Like that, if that fails, there should be consequences, and YouTube just isn't going to suffer that.
I think parents should. I think parents should definitely be more involved in what their children are watching, for sure. I mean, if you're 3-year-old, because kids, come on, 3 years old and you know how to go on YouTube, unlock an iPad and watch Bad Baby.
But still, like if you can find a way for your kid you want your kid to watch YouTube videos, YouTube Kids. There was one video that came through where a family like roughs up a kid and the kid shaves their forehead and looks like they're bleeding. That was in one of the articles. It's creepy, but I do understand that this is from a lot of YouTube creators. They tracked it back. It's like this Vietnamese company that has 1,000 people working on weird animations for this exact purpose. There's more discussion to be had. Let's continue it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Pop Trigger, and we'll see you next time.